they probably do. So probably multiple species of dolphins, um, multiple species of parrots, um, African savanna elephants, and common marmosets.
I
That's
see.
those are the only ones that we actually have empirical evidence for this in currently.
Hmm.
But I would be surprised if they were the only species that had this behavior.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the other there are a lot of other animals that have pretty sophisticated vocal learning abilities, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of those also had similar behavior.
Um, I don't know if you've thought about this specifically, but in the realm of the questions around human language evolution, one of the big questions
Mhm.
is, when it actually
Yeah,
arose. And the two basic schools of thought are that, on one side of the spectrum is it might be quite recent. Certainly under 1 million years old, even under 500,000 years old, potentially just tens of thousands of years old, that it's, this quite recent, very recent thing that's, kind of really special in that sense and unique to humans. I guess another point of view is that language didn't really pop out of nowhere all at once or anything even close to that. It probably gradually was bootstrapped by
Mhm.
increasingly sophisticated forms of non-language and language-like vocal communication.
Yeah,
Potentially even 1 million or 2 years ago, there could have been more archaic species of Homo using something that was language or at least like a proto-language. Has your comparative study of other species given you a particular perspective on human language evolution and sort of which of those two molds might be more likely?
yeah. I tend to favor the second view that it's not just a single trait that popped up fully formed, but rather that it's a gradual trait that evolved over time and got increasingly complex over a longer period of time. And the reason why I think that is because there's evidence for a lot of language-like features in non-human species. So, for example, there's evidence of simple grammatical rules in some species of monkeys and birds.
Mm-hmm.
There's these, name-like calls in elephants and dolphins and parrots. Obviously, some of these instances are going to be independent origins, especially for mammals and birds that are very evolutionarily divergent, relatively speaking.